Exams for Dummies, Part 5. You want how much? Evaluation and Financing of Real Estate, Chapter 18, All of the Numbers, Real Estate Mathematics. Question and answers. Review questions and answers. It would be great to get 100% on a state exam, but if the math really sends you into a spin, don't worry. Not many math questions are on the salesperson or broker's exam. In either case, if you really do well on either question, math won't make or break you. Question number 1. Find the value of concrete needed to pour into a patio slab 30 feet by 20 feet by 6 inches thick. A. 600 cubic feet. B. 600 square feet. C. 360 cubic feet. D. 11 cubic yards. Correct answer is D. 11 cubic yards. Length times width times height equals volume. 30 feet times 20 feet times 6 inches. 30 feet times 20 feet times 6 inches divided by 12. Remember, you have to convert inches to feet if there's numbers are for feet. 30 feet times 20 feet times 0.5 feet equals 300 cubic feet. 300 cubic feet divided by 27 cubic feet equals 111.11 cubic yards. Make sure you can read the problem carefully to complete all the steps. In this case, you had to convert cubic feet to cubic yards. Question number 2. You're selling a rectangular piece of property that measures 99 feet by 110 feet. What part of an acre is this property? A. 0.75, B. 0.5, C. 0.25, D. 0.1. Correct answer is C. 0.25. 110 feet times 99 feet equals 10,890 square feet. 10,890 square feet divided by 4356 square feet equals 0.25 of an acre. This answers are all in acres, so you must convert by dividing the square feet by 43,560 square feet, which is the number of square feet in an acre. Watch out when the unanswered choices is correct answer is square feet, but the equation asks for acres. Question number 3. A warehouse rents for 0.6 cents per square cubic feet per year. It measures 200 feet by 300 feet by 15 feet high. What is the monthly rent? A. 36,000, B. 45,000, C. 540,000, D. 900,000. Correct answer is B. 45,000. Length times width times height equals volume. 300 feet times 200 feet times 15 feet equals 900 cubic feet. 900 cubic feet times 0.6 cents per cubic foot equals 540,000 annual rent. 540,000 divided by 12 equals 45,000 monthly rent. Note the problems that the 540,000 is correct answer, but this part of the problem, be sure to read the question carefully, or it may pick the right answer to the wrong question. Question number 4. You sold 40 houses this year and 30 houses last year. What percent fewer houses did you sell last year? A. 133%, B. 75%, C. 66%, D. 25%. Correct answer is D, 25%. 40 houses this year minus 30 houses last year equals 10 fewer houses than last year. So 10 divided by 40 equals 0.25 or 25%. This is the problem. You divide 40 because you want to find out the percentage less than the year before. If the question was how much more, then you would divide it by 30. Question number 5. How much is owed after the first month's payment on the amortized mortgage loan of $150,000 at 7% interest for 25 years if the monthly payment is $1,059? A. $148,941. B. $149,816. C. $149,125. Or D. $139,500. Correct answer is B. $149,816. $150,000 times 7% equals $10,500 first year's interest. $10,500 divided by 12 equals $875 for the first month's interest. $1,059 monthly payment for principal and interest minus $875 interest equals $184 principal paid off for the first month. $150,000 original loan amount minus $184 first month's principal payment equals $149,816 mortgage balance at the first month's payment. Take a look at making mortgage calculations without advanced calculator early in this chapter to find out how you would go about the second month for this type of problem. Don't get thrown by how many appears to be an old number in the question, like the 7% in the equation, which I reportedly put in. And writing the edition of this book was much higher than the market rate. Prices of home values vary around the country. Interest rates do fluctuate. Exams are sometimes out of date with respect to these kind of things. Just use the exam writers give you and don't worry about the information which seems unrealistic. Question number 6. If a house has depreciated 30% since you bought it and it's worth $200,000 now, what did you buy it for? A. $285,714. $240,000. B. C. $230,000. D. $160,000. Correct answer A. $285,714. $200,000 is 70% of some number, the original purchase price of the house. 100% minus 30% equals 70%. 200,000 divided by 0.7 equals 285,714. Question number 7. The seller pays $1,200 in taxes for 6 months in advance. On April 1st, she sells her house on May 1st. What is the portion of taxes? A. Seller gets a credit of $1,000. The buyer gets a debit of $200. B. The seller gets a credit of $200. The buyer gets a credit of $1,000. C. The seller gets a credit of $1,000. The buyer gets a debit of $1,000. D. The buyer gets a credit of $1,000. The seller gets a credit of $1,000. Correct answer is C. Seller gets credit for $1,000. The buyer gets a debit of $1,000. Correct answer is C. The seller owns the property for 1 month of the period for which the taxes is paid. So she used $200 worth of taxes but paid $1,200. She gets a credit of $1,000. The buyer will get the house for 5 months of the taxes period and paid none of the taxes and will use $1,000 worth. He gets a debit of $1,000. The buyer owes the seller $1,000 at the closing. 1,200 taxes divided by 6 months equals $200 per month. Question number 8. A broker receives a commission check for $13,000 based on a 4% commission rate. How much did the house sell for? A. $52,000. B, 300,000, C, 325,000, or D, 336,960. Correct answer is C, 325,000. Commission earned divided by commission rate. Commission earned divided by commission rate equals sales price. 13,000 divided by 0.04 equals 325,000. Question number 9. A room 14 feet high, 18 feet is to be carpeted at the cost of $23 a square yard. What is the cost of the carpet in the room? A, 214, B, 579, C, 644, or D, 5,796. Correct answer is C, 644. Length times width equals area. 18 feet times 14 feet equals 250 square feet. 252 square feet divided by 9 feet equals 28 yards. 28 yards times 23 per square yard equals 644. Question number 10. What is the area in acres of a piece of property that is 1 mile square? A, 640, B, 320, C, 160, or D, 80. Correct answer is A, 640. 1 square mile equals 640 acres. You can memorize this fact because it's also the size of the section of the government or regulatory survey system using the length times width area formula. 5,280 feet by 5,280 feet equals 27,878,400 square feet. 27,878,400 square feet divided by 43,560 square feet per acre equals 640 acres. You may also want to remember that the phrase 1 mile square means the length of 1 mile on each side. Test writers also like to ask the area of a figure with the size with some portion of a mile. Say a half a mile on each side. Remember that a mile is 5,280 feet. And that was question and answers for part 5. You want how much? Evaluation and financing of real estate. Chapter 18, all in the numbers. Real estate mathematics. Thank you.